when everybody's going to get back to work. And once everybody is back to work, we don't know if everything's going to come running back with a vengeance, or are we going to be on this really slippery slope of, recession? We just don't know, right? So immediately, all bond programs. What are bond programs? We talked about that a little bit earlier in the show. That's the down payment assistance programs. And it goes through all of the different programs that have been eliminated from our bond loans. And it starts with Alabama, and it goes all the way through whatever the furthest down on the alphabet is in the country. I mean, we're in basically every single state. I think we're in 49 states with Movement Mortgage. So those gone. Okay. Next one is, we have jumbo lenders. We've got numerous jumbo lenders. So everybody that's got a loan amount of 5, 10, 400 or higher in most places, high cost areas like LA, San Diego, Orange County, those are going to have a little bit higher limits. There's a lot of states, Chicago, there's a lot of other states and cities that do have high balance limits that go to higher loan amounts. But for the typical in the United States, the conforming loan limit for Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac is 5, 10, 400. When you go over 5, 10, 400, you're considered a jumbo loan. And us as a mortgage bank, we've got tons of lenders that we work with. We've got, AIG, we've got Lakeview, we have all kinds of programs, Bank of America, JP Morgan Chase, which is different than JP Morgan. We've got Goldman Sachs, we've got TIAA, we have Citibank, we've got, you name it, there's a bunch of them. We got Redwood Trust, and I could just keep going down this list. As of that day, those programs have all been kaput. They're on hold. So we have 2 programs right now that are still available. One I know 100% for sure that we can do with jumbo, which is Wells Fargo. Wells Fargo has not cut off the acceptance of new mortgage applications in the jumbo world. What they did do, though, is they lowered the loan to value guidelines. So before with a jumbo loan, where typically on average, you needed to have a 20% down payment or more. And there were programs that you could do less than 20% down. I'm not saying that didn't exist. It did. But on average for, the basic person listening, 20% down payment was required on those jumbo loans. They have now actually increased that. So you need to have a bigger down payment than what you needed to have before. I believe it was Chase was the other one that we still have that line of credit rolling with. Yes, are you giving me the question? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. You guys can't see her if you're listening on Saturday, but if you're watching on YouTube, you'd see her head shaking yes.
I forget about that.
Yeah, they can't see you shaking your head on radio. So we've got Chase and Wells Fargo that are still accepting applications, but loan to value guidelines have changed. So if you've been in the jumbo market, you've been in the jumbo world, you've been thinking about buying a home, you thought you were going to put down 20% or less, first thing you guys need to do is pick up the phone, call your lender or call us, get on the books, get a consultation, talk to me. I'll let you know exactly what you can do. Jumbo lending has changed. There's just no way to get into all of these guidelines. I'm going to guess that debt-to-income ratios were probably also reduced, just like FHA and conventional were. So just get on the books, just call us and, let us talk to you. We'll pull up what you need to know for you and your situation. Or if you've already been pre-approved, make sure you call your mortgage lender. Make sure you call and find out.
And Chase is no longer taking our investments.
So no more investment properties.
No.
Okay. Well, and you're in the jumbo world trying to do property as it was. Wells Fargo had already had a really large down payment requirement on those. So again, if you've been thinking about possibly doing a jumbo loan of some sort, you need to get on the phone. You need to call your loan officer, or you need to get on the phone and call us. So it's important to know what your opportunities are. Okay, so that was one email. And there was a lot of changes in that email. Then we had another email. Then we had another email and another email. There are tons of changes that are happening right now, which is basically what we're trying to tell you and where we're trying to go with this show. What you guys can do, number one, do we think interest rates are going to come back down again? Probably. What's the best thing that you can possibly do? Get that application started. Get it in the system. Get the appraisal ordered. Get the loan approved. And be patient. Be ready to lock in when those rates come down. Because from everything that we are hearing, everything that we are reading, and everything that the financial analysts are anticipating, is that once everything does calm down and everything does come back and everybody's back to work and everything's hustling and bustling again, those interest rates are going to come back down. And that is going to be our opportunity, yours and mine and Heidi's, to get you at the front of the pack. Your loan's in, your loan is approved, your appraisal is completed, and now we're locking your rate and we're going to docs, literally, rather than being behind the pack of everybody else that is now trying to jump on the bandwagon, get that refinance started, and it's going to take them 45, 60, 90 days to close. Just have patience and understand that we're going to put you in that loan and we're not going to lock you in right away because we're going to wait for that to come down. If you're in a situation that you need cash out right now, we get it. And you know what? It's a great time to call us. Why? Well, question marks are in our future, right? We don't know where property values are going. We don't know if we're going to end up in a recession. What we do know is that the values that we have today, appraisals that we're going to get today, are based on the homes that are in escrow today. The homes in escrow today went into escrow prior, the majority of them. There are some that are still going in escrow. We actually just had one this week where the person just opened up escrow, but literally, it's been difficult. First, the realtors were told that they couldn't show property, that they weren't considered essential business. Now they're being told that they are essential business, but depending on their brokerage that they work for and the company that they work for, they're either having to do virtual showings or they can't hold open houses. Things are slow in that arena, period. So the amount of homes going into escrow right now is definitely limited. The homes that are in escrow right now that are closing were the majority prior to this pandemic and everybody getting told stay at home. So property values are still high. We haven't touched anything yet. We haven't seen what's going to happen at the end of this shuffle, right? So if you've thought about pulling cash out, you need to have equity in your home to pull cash out. Rates are still very good. I'm not telling you rates are bad. Rates are still very good. You can still get a very, very decent rate pulling money out of your home. Are they where they were on March 9th? Are they at 3%, 3.25%? No. Are they still around 4, just under, just over? Yeah, they're still great. So, if you've been thinking about pulling cash out of your home, it is still a very good time to do it. So get on the phone and give us a call so that we can catch things while property values are up. We don't know where they're going to go. We're hoping everything's just going to come roaring back. And we're not going to see those property values drop. And if we do, that's okay. That leaves so much opportunity for so many people to buy homes. It's still, there's nothing wrong with this business, right? It's an exciting business. We're giving people opportunity all of the time. But that would be one where we don't want to wait to lock you in. We just want to get you rolling and we want to get you closed. But maybe you just really want to grab that lower rate. You want to lower your monthly payment. You're not worried about getting cash out. You're in absolutely no hurry, no rush whatsoever. You're still working. You still got your job. I'm telling you right now, let's get that application in because we want to get ahead of the curve before all of those rates do start to come down. You got anything to add to that, Heidi?
Yeah, I see a lot of people are worried, like, should I not? What if my value drops? Well, if you love your home and you plan on staying in your home, it doesn't matter. If you can afford your payment, you're going to stay in your home, values are going to go up, they're going to go down, they're going to come back up. So if you plan on staying there,
right.
You don't need to jump out of your house because the value went down. The value is completely irrelevant if you're living in your home and you can afford your payment. And you didn't plan on selling it anyway. Just write it out. The value will come back up. And when you do plan on selling it, which wasn't today anyways, you'll be in a good place. So don't panic. Do what you thought you should do, whether it be taking cash out or you're just looking for a better rate. If that better rate is available today, do it. If you need cash today, do it. Don't worry about whether or not your value is going to be there tomorrow because you weren't selling tomorrow.
Right. That's
all I've got.
And that's all that we've been saying on this show since day one is, you know what? Plant your roots. Real estate is for the long haul. It's very, very important. Love your home. You've got your tax advantages of being a homeowner. You've got a place that nobody can tell you to leave. If you stop making those mortgage payments, you could get foreclosed on, and that's the only way somebody's going to be able to tell you to leave, right? So, the moral of the story is just keep making the payments. We mentioned at the beginning of the show. If you missed that, go back and listen to it. If you guys want to find it, you can find it on podcast. You can find it on YouTube if you're listening on Saturday and you just got in your car and you only picked up a piece of the show. We talked all about the payments and deferring the payments and everything that is happening right now. But by all means, if you guys can keep making those payments, keep making them. Keep making them. and this is your home, like Heidi said, and this is where you live, and this is your security blanket. And if you can afford that payment, which I'm going to tell you, we're not going to see the craziness we saw in 2008. We just are not. It doesn't matter what recession that we get into. Will there be people lose their jobs? Yes. Will there be people lose their homes? Yes. If we get into that recession. If. And that's a humongous if. But what you have to remember is that since 2008 and all of the errors that were made leading up to 2008, every single client that we have, for the most part, has had to qualify for the loan that they have in full. W-2s, pay stubs, tax returns. So we have put people into homes that they can afford to pay. So if they can afford to pay the home, there's no reason to walk away from their property just because property values drop. So the hopes of the fact that we did it right this time, the mortgage industry did it right. I mean, if anything, we all hated the CFPB. They came in and they said, you can't do this, you can't do that. But at the end of the day, they were there for the consumer. And they did it right. And they made sure that we gave loans to people that could afford the loans. So really the hope this time is we just come roaring back and everybody does get back to work, and we might see some losses, but we're not going to see as big of losses. We just aren't. We really aren't. And I think it's going to be good. I think if property values do come down a little bit, it's going to maybe open up some opportunity for some people to purchase, maybe that felt like they were priced out of the market. There's absolutely nothing negative that is going to come from really any of this. We've just got to keep that positive attitude and looking forward. So anybody out there listening, you guys want to give us a call, please feel free to do so. Get yourself on my calendar to talk to me one-on-one. It's 844-935-3634. That's 844 we lend for you. That is LEND and the number 4. So 844 we lend for you. I'd love to see you guys get on Heidi's calendar because, I wouldn't have to take as many phone calls then. So if you guys want to ask for Heidi, ask for Heidi. Again, they can't see you throwing your finger up. You got to talk, Heidi.
Everybody wants to talk to Debbie. I recommend her as number 1. So get on Debbie's calendar. I'm happy to talk to everyone, which I always do after you talk to Debbie. So I'm just saying, if you want the best, talk to Debbie. Otherwise, I'm totally willing to have a conversation, and I would love to speak with all of you as well.
Absolutely. And we'd love to see you guys all on our YouTube next Wednesday.